Warning: the following podcast may contain material not suited for those who are easily offended or under the age of 18. It may contain coarse language and dark humor. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Out. Podcast 0 is about to start.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Cube the Third, and welcome to the third episode of Podcast 0.
We deserve it.
Yeah, we
Good
definitely
things.
deserve it.
Only good things can happen in the third episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you don't like us by now, feel free to drop us.
Yeah, basically. So, guys, introduce yourselves.
I'm Zeke Freak. Follow me on Twitter. I hope this is going to be a great episode.
And
I'm K Cat. You can follow me off a cliff.
so
when I said drop the show, I didn't mean literally.
So is it literally like dropping the bass or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like using so many fucking dubstep jokes. I know I should stop.
The beat drop. Ooh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Anyway.
I'm sorry, I'm only watching Wug. I'm not watching Wub.
Oh,
What is WUG anyway? What does that stand for?
Wake up, girls.
Oh, Wake Up Girls. Oh, I want to check that out. Okay. So, guys, how's it going?
Pretty good. I've had a good day today. I got back on a forum that I've been banned for a year, so that felt really good to reconnect with people.
Yeah. What forum were you banned from again?
The Nippon Ichi Software of America forums.
And why did they ban you?
What are you, my guidance counselor? Anyway, because what did you do, and what are you gonna do in the future? No.
What did I tell you about fire?
Anyway,
what did I tell you about trolling, bro?
I made a haiku. Because this was before Ni no Kuni came out.
Uh-huh.
And I was sick to death of people proclaiming it to be the savior of JRPGs, so I made a little haiku, making fun of everyone who was still hyped for it. And then the admin responded back with a haiku of his own, and I remember I always remember it. It was posting like this was one time too many. See you in a year. So clever.
Wow. That so basically you never really did you say the haiku?
That was his haiku to me when he banned me.
What was your haiku to to the Ni no Kuni people?
Oh, I would have to look that up. I don't remember offhand.
So, Keikaku Cat, how you been? How you been, man?
Glad to say I've never been banned from anything.
Well, yeah.
Stop bragging.
I've just been catching up on home video releases that I haven't watched, that, I missed up my chance on. I finished watching Chobits, really good show. It's held up well, aged really well for a 2002 anime.
I have to get that.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. I started K-On! That's cute. Don't watch it when you're bored, because don't really expect anything to happen, but it's just a little fun show.
Yeah.
After that, I'll actually watch something meaty and with a deep story. I'll watch Princess Tutu, the manliest anime ever.
And also, apparently, something that does subversion better.
Oh, people have preferences. I get a little too mad about things I should stop at.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For those not to know, we've over the past couple days on Twitter. I mean, if you don't follow us on Twitter, we've kind of
you should.
Yes, you should. We'll put our links. We'll put our Twitter links in the description.
Yeah.
So to put this in context, okay. Apparently, there's been a person on Tumblr that's been saying that Madoka is not a deconstruction. It just made things sinister.
That's not what I was arguing against. Someone saying it's anti-feminist or something, and I'm just like,
Yeah, I mean,
no.
here's
But
my thing.
also, I've argued this so much on Twitter that I feel like I'm getting annoying with it. So I just need to stop. Can you tell I argue about Madoka all the time?
Hey, Madoka's an awesome show, man. Here's the thing. I never really thought the show was feminist to begin with, and that's not really a detractor. I mean, it's not like offensive to women or anything like that. I mean, why would it be?
I remember Professor Otaku's video on it when I got really mad at him because that's the only argument he made for why it was good was because it was so progressive and feminist, and that if you're a man watching it, you're just not getting the whole picture and blah blah blah, something about a patriarchy or whatever.
So did this guy go full
well, I
Tumblr or
didn't-
something
No,
like
no,
that?
no, because it was only like 30 seconds. Hard to go full Tumblr in 30 seconds.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't hate everything he does. It's just that one thing always bothered me. It's like, no, I got it. I'm capable of understanding the
It's been a long
concept.
time since I've watched his stuff. I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, even as a man, I understand the basic concept of feminism. I'm not stupid.
Yeah, it's like, I
Well, at the
believe in
same time-
feminism. Like, I believe in
I like it.
feminism,
I
but
like
only
feminism.
for the. Yeah, but only for like, but I just, I'm a feminist in the sense that I just believe in like, women should do whatever the hell they please. That's really it. But, this
Oh.
isn't, the
Equal
the top-
treatment, no discrimination, But I
Yeah.
also, at the same time, try and watch what I say when it comes to what is or isn't feminist, just because I want to be like, oh, wait a minute, who am I to say? I don't fully understand everything about it, and I don't want to say something stupid.
Yeah, you don't want to talk out of your ass either.
I've already done that in the past few days. I've got some tweets to delete.
Yeah.
I tell myself I'm not going to passively aggressive subtweet, and then I do it, and then I'm like, oh, I said I wasn't going to do this. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Chibi can only do sorry.
You know-
Well, I
you
can
only
hand
have
out
to-
Sentai sorries.
You ever have that moment in your head where you realize what you're about to post is going to piss people off, and you just have that moment? You have like kind of that angel devil on your shoulder moment where you're like,
Should I say this?
Absolutely. I realize.
Yes, yes.
Then I'm like, that's too mean. I'm not going to say that. That's just
yeah,
mean.
and then I always do it anyway. I'm like, better to ask forgiveness than for asking.
Well, the difference is I try not to piss people off.
I'm not really too into pissing.
I don't
people off
try to
myself.
piss people. I don't try to piss people off. I just have unpopular opinions, which some people like to
Yeah.
defend violently.
Yeah, we'll get to some of those opinions.
Stay tuned for Zeke's
and
unpopular opinions, where everyone will disagree with him.
then- Yeah. Okay. Back to anime, since we're talking about anime. Cue that Soldier Boy song. Oh God.
No.
Everyday anime.
Suck my Dragon Balls, bitch! Come and Goku.
Give me a minute. It's hard to stab my ears out when I'm wearing headphones.
Well, you can try. You just need a good knife.
Headcanon, that's what's constantly playing into Supersonico's head.
Oh God. Okay.
Yes.
Supersonico. Yeah.
I
Okay.
support your headcanon.
Yeah, that's quite something. Okay. I power watched through some anime today. I just caught. I'm current on Supersonico. I'm current on Kill la Kill, and and I also finally got around to watching Sakura Trick, and all of those I'm really liking what I'm seeing. Oh yeah, I also caught up with Chunibyo. Let me tell you,
All 2 episodes.
Chuni, yeah. From what I gotta say, this the Chunibyo series, I feel like that is like the best feel good anime series I've watched in a while. It's really cute, funny, and all their stuff. And okay, and speaking of like, okay, let me get the tweets real quick. And okay, a friend of mine who knows Japanese. Apparently there's some debate going on how to translate. Let me get it. I'll edit this part out.
Well, no. Quick, say something funny, Kikaku Cat. We have to let him not edit this.
Okay. I surgically replaced my toes with grapes.
Ha 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 ha! That's a joke.
Oh my goodness.
So, how's that working out for you?
Hold on a sec.
No, not you. I meant the grapes.
Well, feet smell better.
I imagine. Wait, are they regular grapes or sour grapes?
Well, I don't know. I'm not about to eat my toes.
Well, you don't have
Okay.
to eat them. You just have to look at them.
Okay. All right. Okay. I found it. Okay. Okay. So, there's this phrase that's been popping up in the subtitles called Wicked Lord Shingon. And apparently, according to some people who know Japanese, and I know some people when they fan sub the series, they say it real differently. And that is, and I'm probably gonna fuck this up, at least the first part. And that is Jiao Shingon. And apparently, what one fan subbing group uses, they say Tyrant's Eye, and Sentai uses Wicked Lord Shingon. And there's been apparently some debate, whatever is the correct English 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 translation of it.
That's one of those where
This is. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't really have a thing on
this
that.
is a case where I'll say I don't care. I'll go with whatever the official translation says.
Oh, I'm not saying I care either.
I have
mean,
things to say, and that's that. This is just the big debate between official subs and fan subs. Whereas official subs, not all the time, but they have a tendency to not directly, but localize certain terms and jargon and things specific to that series. Whereas fan subs either will or won't do that. A lot of times they won't, and some people want it as close as it can get to the original, even if that means learning a bunch of Japanese jargon. So that's just I don't really have a preference either way. I guess I like localization for the most part, although sometimes it's kind of stupid. Like I remember season 1 of Shakugan no Shana, the whole unrestricted method instead of unrestricted spell. Like that never made any sense to me. So they can fuck it up, but a lot of times I like localizations over direct translation. But I can definitely see why some people would have their preferences on that. Some people take it too far, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I mean, it's really kind of one of those tomato, whatever kind of thing.
Well, a lot of the time, yeah, but sometimes they do change the basic of what it's supposed to mean. Now, sometimes they do, and sometimes people will just tell you that they have, and they really haven't. But sometimes they do change the meaning, so you got to be careful when when localizing terms and jargon. But no matter what you do, there's going to be a lot of people who just want it as specific and directly translated as possible, and well, the fan subs are there for them.
This conversation doesn't have anything to do with me. All I've been watching lately are just the official subs, so I don't have any comparison.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not comparing anything either. I mean, because I'll admit right now, I did watch the first Chunibyo subs because it wasn't on Crunchyroll, and
which, by the way, not on the first season's not on Crunchyroll, but apparently there's speculation they'll get it as a catalog title, and it's on Hulu right now.
Yeah, back to that. It was apparently on Anime Network, and I tried watching it on their player, and their player, well, at least back then, I don't know how it is now, but their player is kind of shitty.
Oh, I've never been able to play anything from them.
Yeah, I always wait till they put the stuff on Hulu, and then I do that.
Me too, when it comes to their stuff. That's when I originally watched Penguin Drum, which everyone should watch because it's amazing.
Yeah, I think I might pick that up when I'm at Ohayocon.
I do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Penguin Drum, good.
Penguin Drum, good. Okay.
No good.
Okay.
This must be crushed at once.
Okay, and I've also watched Supersonico. I'm all caught up with what's out now, and I gotta say,
a show.
Yeah, well, it's a show. It has the things, the fan service, the cheesecake, everything you've come to expect from Miss Sonico and all that jazz.
I honestly don't like it at all, but this is one show I'm just going to keep watching because, well, I am a man.
I've seen shut up. I've seen worse. Like it's not terrible. It is what it is.
I mean,
I've
it's
seen
not.
worse.
I mean, it's not like holy crap, this is offensively bad or
No,
anything like
that would be recently. My little sister is in the worst, shittiest anime ever.
Yeah.
I've seen that same thing done worse. It's not. I don't know. If you want that, that's what it is. But if you don't want,
I don't want
Yeah, I
that.
mean,
I'll just
well,
purge that from my memory.
well, if you don't,
Yeah, I
well,
mean-
as I keep telling people, if you don't like the subject material, that's your fault, not the show's. It's
Yeah, I mean,
appealing to someone.
all I just gotta say is, if if you like Emoto shows and you like, that kind of thing, it's probably going to be your jam.
Hey man, it's Imoto. It's Imoto.
Hey man, I'm not gonna watch it.
Shut up. You know what I was doing? I was doing that thing.
The Emoto or Syscon shows, whatever you want to call them.
Well,
But
no,
yeah,
I was just doing the weeboo thing where I was enforcing the elongated sound on you.
Emoto.
Imoto.
Okay.
Get all that out of here.
Okay. Well, yeah, Super Sonico. It's a show. I've been like it for what it's worth. Let's discuss that one joke that apparently was ripped off from Squid Girl for a second.
Well,
Yeah.
no, this is just coming from my memory, but I remember the episode of Squid Girl where they had the hero show at the beach, and it ended up stealing the same thing with Squid Girl becoming, of course, obviously, the still squid-themed villain because she stole the costume, but obviously it didn't go into nearly as the creepy molestation joke that Super Sonico went into, but then it involved the person who wasn't a member of the show coming in wearing a no mask and saving the day and them having to treat it like it's part of the show. Super Sonico stole that entire joke with with Manager San.
Yeah, or Mr. Manager.
To be fair,
I mean,
it's Manager San, and he's badass, and he needed that moment to show it.
I know, and
yeah,
look,
the manager dude's awesome. That's the reason why I'm keeping on watching.
Yeah,
and of course Sonico.
I would have laughed at that if it weren't for A, using the whole tentacles joke, and B, the fact that it just felt completely ripped off from that scene of Squid Girl.
Yeah,
and Squid Girl did it better
fair.
because Squid Girl's got class.
Yeah, we could definitely say that we're big Squid Girl fans here. And also, Squid Girl is Moe. Fuck you.
Who said she wasn't?
Oh, it's just the consensus from people that say, "Oh, Squid Girl is not Moe because it's good."
Because it's good.
Because it's not Moe because I like it.
By that same token,
logic.
I guess Higurashi isn't Moe because it's good, or at least half.
Well, there's some Moe elements,
Well, it's Moe half the time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Whatever. We're getting off topic.
Okay, all right. Okay, I also watched another show I caught up with. I also caught up with Sakura Trick, and I know you aren't watching this particularly, Mark. Not Mark. I know you're not really particularly watching this, Keikaku Cat. So, Zeke, are you watching it, man?
Yeah, I'm watching the Sakura Tricks.
Yeah, what do you think about it?
Let me tell you,
like
let me tell you, man. Tricks are not for kids anymore.
Yeah. It's for the high school girls.
Yeah, totally. It's okay. I kind of thought this would be one I'd drop right away, but it has its moments of charm, and it's kind of heartfelt in how honest it is. Like, it does that thing where it panders to the audience, where you feel like some shots are more for the viewer than they are for the story, or whatever, or for the joke or whatever. But it's surprisingly just. I kind of like how it's just honest. It's none of this Yuri bullshit where it's like all this innuendo and all these suggestive poses, but it's actually like full on Yuri. Like
it's like okay, fuck you. Here it is.
Yeah, exactly. So you want Yuri, we got Yuri. If you want 4-koma bullshit, we got that too. If you don't want that, well, stick around for the Yuri because that's the main selling point. And that's kind of the part that annoys me is the 4-koma stuff where the art style keeps changing and the chibis and the, you know what I mean?
I like the chibis, to be honest. I like the chibis.
I guess. I don't know. I just don't like how it keeps changing. It's just kind of inconsistent, I guess.
I could understand. The only thing I could say bad about it some of the backgrounds are a little too bland, and the CG is a little too
It's
obvious.
Studio
I
Dean,
guess.
man. Studio Dean.
Oh, speaking of Studio Dean, apparently, I'd have to look into this, but apparently, I was reading like a blog recently.
Mhm.
Apparently, one of the animators is a former Shaft person.
Doesn't surprise me at all. And
Hey, we've got one person who was maybe one time with Shaft. Yay, Dean.
Well, I just mean by that is that animators switch companies all the time and they go all over the place and
Oh
everyone.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's-
that's true.
it's no news to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not because that's what I've heard that that there's apparently some Shaft people on it.
Yeah, that's like so many frames, such tight deadlines. Everybody ends up working on everything at some point or another, so it doesn't really surprise
Yeah,
me in the least.
yeah, same. I'm not really going like, holy shit, I'm so shocked.
Now, if you told me like they had like someone who used to do script writing or actually used to direct from a Shaft, I'd be like, oh, that's something. But if it's just if
Yeah.
it's just like an animator or two, it's like it's not gonna affect much.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's really all of the shows we've been watching. Is there?
No, that's all the shows you've been watching. I've been
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah,
Wait.
I've been watching.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
wait, have you been watching Nisekoi?
Yes.
Oh, I think I might watch that as soon as I'm done editing this podcast.
There's really so
next-
far nothing special about it. I just thought you'd want to watch it because you like Shaft so much.
Yeah, I like Shaft. I like Shinbo.
The one
but,
thing
you know.
that irks me is that apparently manga people have told me that it has this setup and then it kind of doesn't go much of anywhere with it.
Look,
Yeah.
when I'm watching an anime, I don't really care what it's based on. All I care about is what I'm looking at right now.
It's like, okay, here's all I gotta say. I just care about if the story is entertaining. That's all that matters to me.
Well, I'm entertained, so
Yeah, if I'm entertained, if it has good artwork and all that jazz, but yeah.
Well, I'll say this: I like some of the cinematography, and I like if that's even a word in animation. I like a lot of the shots, and I like how Shinbo's doing it directing wise. But sometimes some of his usual stuff is there that I'm not a huge fan of, like when it just randomly changes colors for
Yeah.
no reason at
Yeah.
all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like I don't know, like maybe eventually that'll have some purpose to it,
And of course the signature Shaft head tilting and all that jazz.
yeah, exactly. Although I've come to love that
Oh yeah,
If
I
a
love
Shaft-
that. It's quite charming.
because
Makes me think-
I was tilting my head before it was cool.
If a Shaft
It's
character ever had to wear a neck brace, would the universe implode?
Who knows?
You know what I want to see? I want to see like Cell from Dragon Ball Z do that Shaft neck thing. I don't think he'd be able to. His neck's too huge. It'd be weird.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else that you want to say before we move on to the next segment?
Let's
What is
see.
the next segment?
I'm gonna give Wizard Barristers more of a chance. I really hate the character designs, but also just the whole magic is illegal, but I use it to fight crime. Oh, okay then. But wait, magic is illegal. Well, you see, I used it for this. Oh, okay then. Hey, by the way, did we mention that magic is illegal?
No, it's okay.
Magic
I
is
have a
illegal.
medical permit for my magic.
Medical magic.
No, a medicinal permit for my magic. It's a medicinal magic.
And
Oh,
then Nobunagan is really starting to disappoint me, but that's one I'll just keep watching because it's like, okay, well, get to the fighting.
It can't all be fighting, you know.
I know, but
I'm liking it, you know. Although it is kind of weird. Somebody in the Crunchyroll comments pointed out, and I kind of got a laugh out of it, which is like, why does the gun otaku need to have the concept of leading the target explained to her?
episode 3 was basically her learning how to aim.
Well, I don't know. To be fair, with a gun that size, I think you would have to relearn certain things.
How she can even lift it.
Probably.
Well, this is already something with bizarre leaps in logic that is just like, oh, okay, whatever. I'll just show me
But
the
you know-
bang bang.
But I kind of like that though. I kind of like that she doesn't automatically know how to kick ass with a weapon, that she has to actually learn with it. I like that. Like
Uh-huh.
it's gonna bore a lot of other people, but I'm a person who likes like this natural progression of actually learning skills. Like I remember in the first Deus Ex, if you picked up a sniper rifle, you couldn't use the sniper rifle. You'd be wobbling all over the place, like you just like like you were drunk or something, you had to
how do I use this gun?
yeah, you had to work at it. You had to keep using it. You had to put points into it, and then eventually you were a master sniper. But when you first started out, you were like wobbling all over the place, and you couldn't hit a damn thing. It's that kind of stuff I like. It's that kind of stuff I like, and that was an actual gameplay mechanic that was integrated into it, and I always love stuff like that because it just feels a bit more natural to me.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything from you, Keikaku Cat?
Let's see.
I'll say this much. I'm not gonna waste everyone's time talking about shows that neither of you have watched. But since we're coming up on 3 episodes for every show or about, I'm gonna be uploading a video to YouTube of my thoughts pretty soon. So look forward to that.
Yeah, we'll put a link in Zeke Freak's channel so you can check him out.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing those.
Okay, all right. Anything else, Keikaku Cat?
Oh, I know there's something I'm watching that I'm just forgetting to mention.
Here,
episode 2 of World Conquest of Plot. That's right.
Yeah.
I know
some people who are bored with it. What is with people being bored?
I'll admit,
people get bored too easily.
No, it's not that I'm getting bored. It's that it needs to hurry. I'm still gonna give it another episode, but explain what the heck all this stuff is.
Yeah.
I don't really mind if they don't. If it just turns out to be a silly, if it just turns out to be mostly a comedy where things like that aren't really.
It doesn't seem to come off that way. In the whole it has the whole reactions and things that I come to expect in so many anime. But at the same time, I also want some form of explanation.
I'm not saying I don't want that. I'm just saying that I don't really, as long as the journey is enjoyable, I don't particularly care if we never really learn what those blob things are. All I need to know is that they can combine together, form giant monsters. If that's all I need to know, that's all I need to know.
I just wanted to say
that
it depends what they do with it.
The pacing of the show is a mess, but then again, there are plenty of shows with bad pacing that I really enjoyed. But
it was a bit.
It'll end up
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I want to say eventually pace. Well, even shows like A Certain Magical Index, I thought had bad pacing, but then it no longer matters after it stops airing every week, and you get the DVDs, and you can just marathon it. All of a sudden, pacing problems don't matter anymore. It's just frustrating when it's still airing.
I'll admit that the second episode of World Conquest has some kind of odd priorities. I feel like establishing that he was a good Jimon was a good cook, that probably could have been done about half the time. It has some odd priorities, and I thought the episode was going to go one direction and then it went another direction. Like it has some issues in that regard, but I'm still really enjoying it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, right. A friend of mine mentioned
we disagree on something.
Oh, we're going to talk about in the third segment.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Not something I'm watching, but obviously since the dub's about to come out, a friend of mine's watching Psycho Pass. He mentioned that Psycho Pass has such a slow pace, but at the same time he's like, well, it must be doing something right. I didn't drop it. I'm still watching. And he did mention one thing I'll agree with. Even though I like Psycho Pass, it is a show where the world, the setting, and the premise are much more interesting than any of the characters. Because now that I think about the characters, it's like I was like, did I actually like any of the characters? Nah.
Yeah, I think I might pick that up sometime down the line.
I'm gonna get it just because it was something that I was like, I like it. I just don't want. It's definitely just not something I would gush about. Be like, oh my god, so great. No, but it's okay.
Not like Madoka or anything like that.
Right. It's just like Psycho Pass. It's all right.
All right.
I'll watch it when it comes out.
Okay.
When's it all gonna be out?
Funimation's releasing the whole thing at once. I think March 11th or March 19th, one of those days.
Okay. Sometimes they don't always do that. Like I'm waiting on the Robotics Notes dub, and they're doing that on September.
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah, I'm getting that too.
Complete the Nitro Plus trilogy.
What's pretty unfortunate for me is that so many anime releases from Funimation and Viz and Sentai come out around the same couple of days in March, and those are the days when I'm leaving to go to Anime Matsuri. So, sorry, burped a little. First time burping on the podcast. So, a bunch
Welcome to the
of
Burpcast.
and money I'm gonna. Yes, a bunch of the money I'll have to spend there. I have to keep into account. Like, I won't have that because it's going to go towards that anime that will come out right then.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I can't get more Modica figures.
How did you know? Yes, I am still on the hunt for that Homura figure.
Yeah, the one that's to scale.
Yeah, got to get the good smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that good smile.
What's the size you like again?
1/8.
All right.
Well, that's just the one the Modica figures come in. I have like a one. I just prefer 1/8 or larger because 1/10 figures are just so small. I'm like, I don't even care about those.
I didn't get that thing that you said until you explained to me that you wanted them all to be consistent, and I'm like, oh, I got it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Because when you put your figures next to each other and be like, hey, why is she so much smaller?
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Or he get
maybe,
the odd
maybe I think I've seen this before. Maybe you should do the thing where you collect figures of all sizes and then put them all in a line so they grow bigger over time.
That'd be something.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. With that, guys, this first segment is done.
Alert. Red alert. Red alert.
You crossed my line of death.
You haven't dismantled your MX stockpile.
Pakistan is threatening my border.
That's it, Buster. No more military aid.
Nuke 'em. Get them before they get you. Another quality home game from Butler Brothers.
And we're back. And in this segment, we're going to be talking Ohayocon. At least, me, because these other people are just...
Not so much me.
Yeah, because, you're not in Ohio, while Zeke and I are.
Mm-hmm. I can't go back. I can't get that far down south on a whim. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe next year, man.
Yeah,
maybe.
Next year.
Yeah. This year I'm going to Ohayocon 2014 up in Columbus, Ohio, and let me just say, I am really starting to get pumped. At first, when I heard the changes of what they're doing this year, I heard that apparently they're, instead of like how like you're registered and all that jazz, instead of badges, it's like hand bracelets, and you gotta wear that all damn weekend.
Yep.
Well,
they did that at ShimbokuCon too.
Wait. What's the problem with that? Is it paper or something?
Oh no, it's not paper, but the problem for me, the problem with the bracelets for me, I mean, I wouldn't mind wearing them, but here's the problem. I kind of itch easily. So I have eczema, so I kind of will itch sometimes, and that's good. That would bother me.
Am I better?
Immensely. Yeah, you're good.
All right. Yeah. Well, if you get like a little blister ring around your wrist, wear it as a badge of pride.
Yeah.
Like I went to Ohayocon, motherfucker.
Yeah, Ohayocon.
Yeah. You go to Ohayocon. I went to Ohayocon. Show me your blistered wrists.
Yeah, right here, bro.
Yeah, just knock your wrists together like, oh yeah.
So metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, luckily for me, the only cons I'm going to actually have badges. Hooray.
Okay, here's the thing. They enough people actually bitched the higher ups enough that here's what's going to happen now. You can actually attach the bracelet to your souvenir badge, and you can attach that. But if you have to go into certain places that would require like the badge to be shown, you will have to present your ID. And to really be honest, I kind of don't mind that because I'll take it over wearing the damn bracelet, if I'm being honest.
I never have a problem with those bracelets.
I mean, I'm not saying it's like a holy crap, the most biggest issue ever, but I can understand why people would have an issue with it. So, but yeah, that's basically my thing on it in a nutshell. Also, I heard a thing on Tumblr that one of the security people there was a huge asshole. Like, I'm not going to go too balls deep into it because I don't really have the exact...
Was he mocking our anime?
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
I keep on hearing more and more reports of these kind of things happening at cons. It's awful.
Yeah, like security ops, basically, get
what
too
security?
drunk.
Like the cons I've been to, there's been like no security. Like you can walk into ShimbokuCon through the back entrance or one of the entrances without your fucking bracelet on, and nobody's ever gonna check unless you're going for a tournament. Nobody's ever gonna check for your damn bracelet.
Really?
Even if you go into like the dealer's room.
Everywhere I go,
No,
you know,
they did. I went in there. They didn't check me at all, and I
Huh.
wasn't wearing it. I wasn't wearing my bracelet visibly. I had long sleeves and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was like, you're gonna pay me money? Well, I don't care if you're officially in this con or not.
huh. Every con I've gone to, they absolutely won't let you in rooms and stuff unless you show off your pass.
That sounds fair. I mean, okay.
But how am I gonna?
Apparently, the reason why people have been doing this, I mean, the reason why I think OhioCon's doing it this year is because apparently, some people have like been swapping badges, basically, being scummy, being all scummy about it.
Yeah, my name is totally Jack. That's me. Not that guy. That's me.
Yeah, you're that guy. Thanks, Obama. I don't know why I throw in a thing.
Yes, I'm totally Obama. I'm here to see this panel. United States of America, thanks you today for OhioCon, and I hope you have a great time. God bless America.
We need to have a serious discussion about bipartisanships
against the anti-Moe brigade and the Moe people.
Exactly.
Anime is real. Pokemon are real. This is Geodude. He is strong and faithful, and he is my friend.
He is my friend. I love that picture. I'm not even a big Pokemon dude, and I like that. Okay.
Anime plus Obama equals funny.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a con and they do that thing where everyone stands in a hallway and then whenever anyone walks down the hallway, they all start clapping?
No, I can't really say it's happened because, like I said, I don't really have that much experience when it comes to. I've only been to 2 conventions, like IkasuCon, which was in 2006, and yeah, that was kind of like my first. It was a small time con. It was no Anime Expo or OhioCon or anything like that.
What was it called?
It was called IkasuCon. It used to be in Cincinnati, but now it moved to like Fort Wayne now.
Fort Wayne.
Yeah, Fort Wayne.
I never saw John Wayne again.
Is that you, John Wayne? Is this me?
John Wayne.
Who said that? Who said that?
Yep. That's cool.
But yeah, okay, anyway, back to OhioCon. But yeah, they did that shit, but yeah, I'm really glad, that enough people complained to where the bracelet is going to be optional, but it's going to have to be on your person somehow.
I don't really get why bracelets are a big deal, but I guess it's good to give people options.
Yeah, at least give people the option. Then then that would be then I think would be all set. Now I'm not one of those people because I know a lot of people are going like, "Oh my god, bracelets! This con is fucking ruined." Are you serious? Okay, I will admit, the badge fiasco kind of made me a little skeptical, but personally, as long as the con is fun, that's basically all that matters to me. But yeah, oh yeah.
Am I better?
Anyway, okay. And for something I'm going to be doing as far as like pre-OhioCon festivities, I'm going to be heading up to Columbus this Thursday or after this, if you're listening to this like a week or 2 later. I'm going to be seeing the Anohana movie, and in like the next podcast, we're going to talk about it. And keep in mind, I have no experience.
We are.
Oh, at least I am. And
well, here's the thing. They're doing a showing of it in Cleveland on February 9th. I was thinking about maybe going to that. If you wanted to hold off on that until I've seen it, then that might work.
Yeah, sure, if you want.
I'll talk to you later about that because I have to organize some things. But I think I can make it to the. They're doing it at the Cedar Lee, of course. I think I can.
Yeah.
That on the 9th. So if you want to hold off on that, we can talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I want to do it at the Gateway and all that stuff, but that's where I'm going to be seeing it. Okay, but anyway, since we're talking about OhioCon, but yeah, overall, OhioCon's a pretty fun con, and I really hope that OhioCon, doesn't turn out to be a total shit fest. Oh yeah, apparently there's some guests, and there's some people that I actually want to see.
Who's showing up, man?
The people I can remember off the top of my head is the Vic McMuffin, also known as the Vic Mignogna, the Vic McNagagnu, and what other
The Dick Baloney.
yeah. the Dick Baloney, and of course the apparent asshole known as Vic Mignogna.
Yes. I dare you to ask him to do a Broly voice.
Has there actually been reports that he has gotten like legit pissed off at someone?
He does not like doing the Broly voice. That hurts him so bad. Like whenever he has to get called back to do the Broly voice for like a game or a movie or anything, he says his agent always starts with, "Vic, I'm sorry, but we kind of need you to do Broly again."
Yeah, basically like, okay, guys.
I have heard him. I have heard
on.
him tell jokes about that at cons and stuff. He seems to have fun telling that story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but he has said, like in a con video I saw like many moons ago, he said that he didn't necessarily hate doing Broly, but he said that but he is proud to be a part of the Dragon Ball Z legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now let us replace those stupid Broly references with annoying him by asking him to do purple rapey slug from Sword Art Online voice.
Oh yeah. That was him.
God, that was him. But is there actually like credits to actually verify that was actually him?
Yeah.
I thought it was him when I heard it. So yeah.
One of them.
I don't. Yeah. One of them. I don't know which. He was either the one who did hold Asuna up or the one who didn't. I'm not sure which.
So he was either the one who did it or the one who watched. I wonder which is worse.
Yeah. I hear way back when he also used to get really annoyed because everyone kept asking him to do Edward Elric short rants. Yeah.
This is my first time hearing about that bit.
Yeah.
I've also heard that he's apparently a huge jackass. At least that's what all the people on 4chan or like Crunchyroll basically
you should always listen. You should always listen to everyone on 4chan.
Or the Crunchyroll forums or Gaia Online, if Gaia Online is still a thing.
You know what's funny is that the Crunchyroll comments are really like a really positive place. The Crunchyroll forums are actually surprisingly contrastingly negative.
Well, as someone said about commenting on a Crunchyroll video, the only people who bother to comment are people who really like what they're watching.
I really like what I'm watching.
There are some trolls occasionally.
Well, I don't know. I don't read them.
We call them downvote demons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just go around and downvote everyone's posts.
Yeah.
Whatever. I just watch the anime there.
Yeah, I just watch the anime. I don't really go there too.
I always make a habit of after I watch an episode on Crunchyroll, I always check the comments. I don't really leave comments because it's not my account, but I do check. I do always read the comments because I like to see what people's reactions are, and I like them to hear people bitch about how the latest Hunter x Hunter episodes are so slow and there's too much narration and blah blah blah.
Wine.
Yeah, well, it's mostly positive stuff, but once you get near the bottom of the list where all the downvoted people are, then it can get kind of sour, like sour grapes.
Yeah.
Like those.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep talking for a little bit. There's something I want to look up real quick.
Okay, so about your toe condition, Kikaku Cat. When did you first get diagnosed with grape toe?
When I stole the joke from MST3K, the end.
Aww. Really? That was from a MST3K episode?
Yeah, I can't remember which episode. It might have been Attack of the Eye Creatures. I'm not sure.
Is all that stuff still up on Netflix? I might feel like watching a random episode.
Okay, I found it. Okay, there's this guy that I absolutely got to go to this dude's panel. Because he announced it on the latest Ancast, Charles Dunbar. I gotta see this because this guy
Charles Dunbar
sounds like
What was that? Aw, fuck. Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Technical
My
difficulties.
That was
Yeah,
my
basic-
line.
Shut up. They don't need to know that.
Yeah, no, that's no. I was no. I was just saying that's my line. But anyway, yeah.
Whose line is it anyway?
Shut up, dude. uh, yeah, my internet shit on me. So anyway, where was I? Yeah, Charles Dunbar. What Charles Dunbar is, he's a convention panelist and he's a lecturer. He runs a website called Study of Anime, and he was featured also on the latest Ancast. So check him out. He's actually pretty interesting, and I'm actually gonna probably if he's I gotta figure out when he's actually doing a panel because the schedule is out. So I'm really looking forward to see what he has to say. So
You know what's funny? I
What's
I
up?
personally know a Charles Dunbar, and he's in prison right now. So, what's going
Oh.
on here?
Different dude.
Okay, if you say
Common
so.
man.
Oh,
Guys,
wow.
maybe he's just analyzing anime from prison. I don't know.
Yeah, he has like a live
Charles
feed
Dunn
from his-
behind bars.
Charles Dunn goofed.
Oh, yeah. So that's interesting.
You've done goofed now. I've batch traced it to the cyber police.
You done fucked it up.
Okay, hold on.
But seriously, Charles seems like a fun guy. Shame he's not going to be in any conventions I'm going to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Unless they have like Prison Con or something.
Prison con.
Yep.
Okay.
That would be like the perfect convention center, though, if you think about it.
Okay, but yeah, other than like, let me go on the Ohayocon site.
I'll tell you this much: Prison Con would have the best security of any convention ever.
Oh yeah, especially if it's like maximum security.
You will wear your fucking bracelet.
Oh, you will.
Yeah, it'll be like grafted onto your skin.
Oh dear lord.
It'll be like the Omnitrix.
Sheesh, even at Prison Con, the non-anime seeps in and invades.
I know.
Yeah, like all that damn Homestuck. Mike look. Oh, and of course the usuals like Greg Ayers is going to be there. Like, when is there not an Ohayocon without Greg fucking Ayers?
I need.
Not that I dislike him. I like Greg
I
Ayers.
hope he's there next year. I might have some stuff I want him to sign.
Greg's cool.
Yeah, I know I have some stuff for Vic to sign, like my Air DVDs, because he played the voice of Yukito in that.
That's the.
Oh,
that's like,
I just realized.
what?
I should.
What's up?
I should get Matthew Mercer to sign my Fate Zero boxes.
Okay. Let's see.
Yep.
Okay, Chris Ayers, Greg Ayers, like basically the Ayers brothers are going to be there.
Yeah.
So
When I went to Shimboku Con, that was like the first thing I did when I read that Kyle Hebert was going to be there. Is I just looked around my room, and was like, what do I have that he was in? What do I have that was in? And then I realized I have a lot of stuff he's in. I don't need to worry. And he signed my Persona 4 Golden case. He was Mitsuo, and you know what's interesting? He actually signed it in English, and he signed it in kanji. He knew the kanji for Mitsuo Kubo.
Neat.
Yeah, that's dedication right there.
Oh, and apparently Ian Sinclair's going to be there.
Oh, gonna be plenty of Space Dandy jokes.
This convention is going to be just dandy.
There's gonna be plenty of better Space Dandy jokes.
Yeah, rather than just that English one.
Yeah.
Oh, and also
We rented the space.
Hell yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And also Richard Horvitz is going to be there. Most people might know him from
Every
Invader.
every Western cartoon ever.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but he was Zim.
Or Invader. Yeah, Zim.
Did you know originally there's an unaired pilot you can find where Billy West was Zim?
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they replaced him with Richard Horvitz because Billy West's Zim was too reminiscent of a lot of things he did on Futurama.
Oh, and that could probably offset some things.
Yeah, but Richard Horvitz's Zim, man, that's an awesome voice right there.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's pretty versatile, which is why he's in everything. I mean, come on, he was Billy. He was Billy's dad. He was probably Billy's second cousin at some point.
Oh, and also Hold on.
Okay, yeah. Wait, he's in so many things I can't actually think of a whole lot of them offhand. That's how many things he was in.
And also J. Michael Tatum's going to be there too.
Ooh, sweet. I grew up after I finished Steins Gate a week ago.
I just love it. I could have him sign my Steins Gate Blu-rays.
Yeah,
if he's doing an autograph thing.
I have a newfound respect for the man. Like I used to think of him as Scar, and now I think of him as Okabe.
Yeah.
Well,
El Psi Congru.
Well, it's a really good thing Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood came out when it did, because I was at one of Tatum's panels, and he mentioned he can't do the Scar voice anymore. That kills his throat.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I can understand that, because I know after...
You know what's funny? You know what's funny is that his normal voice kind of sounds like how Damon Clark played Scar in the first anime, which is interesting.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome.
Which I think they did. I think he did that because Scar in Brotherhood looks and is supposed to be older than the Scar in the first anime. You can even see that visually. He just looks older, so I think he did the older voice to compensate for that.
Yeah.
Funimation does that. Like they did that with Future Diary, where they gave the characters older sounding voices because they just looked older.
Yeah. Yeah, that can happen sometimes.
Yeah, but I liked it, and I could always hear more Josh Grell. That's always a good thing.
And another notable voice actor / actress, Brittany Karbowski is also going to be there too.
Oh, she's in everything.
What's funny is a lot of these people who are in Texas dubs aren't coming to the cons that I'm going to in Texas. So
dude, you have no room to whine. You get the Bosch. You get the fucking Bosch.
Yes,
man.
I get Johnny Young Bosch and Yuri Lowenthal and Tara Platt and Matthew Mercer.
Tell him I said hi.
Yeah, I wonder what I should get Yuri to sign.
A lot of things, actually.
One voice actress I'd love to meet is, of course, like all the people that were on Madoka.
One of my goals a while ago, I wanted to get all the Persona 4 cast to sign my Persona 4 Golden, but then I realized two problems. One, there's not enough space on that tiny Vita case. Oh, I rhymed. And the other problem was nobody seems to know who voices Naoto in the game. Like it's McGlynn in the anime, and a lot of people think it's Susan Dalian in the game, but nobody's really sure. So that's a problem.
Yeah, that can kind of...
I was going to say, the only people from the actual English dub of Madoka I've met at a con or anything were just Carrie Savage, and, she was just Madoka's mom.
And didn't you also meet Kyle Hebert?
Well, yeah. He was at last year's Anime Matsuri. I don't think he's going this year, though.
Aw. Oh, okay. Well, oops. Brain fart.
The worst kind of brain.
Yeah. A brain that farts.
Mm-hmm.
And all that jazz.
I eat brains for breakfast.
Brains.
Did you see that SoundCloud thing I did where I did a bunch of different zombie voices and mixed them together?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. I was having way too much fun with the microphone that day.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
Yeah.
I also kind of this is beyond the scope of this podcast. Yeah, I think with that, this second segment is done.
Wait.
Keep it right here. What?
No, I was gonna say I thought this was an Anything Goes podcast.
Well, it is,
and it's about to go.
All right.
Well, do you guys have anything? You guys have any other comments about the guests or anything like that?
No.
For Ohayocon?
I hope everyone has a nice time at Ohayocon.
Yeah, I just hope that Ohayocon doesn't turn out to be a total shit fest. So yeah, well, that's gonna do it for this segment. Keep it right here on Podcast Zero.
Samishkar, a very rare Von Zinger Weibel.
Red Snooker Bowls? I don't get it.
Come on, let's grab a bite in the can of Georgia.
Agent Cooper?
Shelley, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. It's called Georgia coffee. Comes in a can. Tastes as good and rich as any cup of coffee I've ever had.
It's true. Are you Ken?
Yes.
A beautiful woman left this here for you.
Georgia ni makasero.
And we're back, everybody. So in this segment, we don't really have any viewer mail, but we do have some notable comments that we want to comment on the podcast, and they're both from a Mr. Time Enforcer Anubis. Shout outs to him, by the way. Check out his website, she'slostcontrol.net. That's exactly how it's spelled. So there you go. He has a really great blog and all that stuff. But anyway, enough plugging his stuff. Let's get on with the comments. Okay, we're gonna start off with the first comment, in which he comments on the B side of the first segment. Aniplex knows what they're doing. Aniplex prices are what the market will bear, and anime fans will have to have dug their own grave in this situation. DVD box sets used to be 30 or 40, and people used to complain about that. Now they're $40 to $70. And people want to complain about Aniplex, but Aniplex knows what they're doing. They know that there are people that will buy this stuff regardless, and that's not their target audience. And or I should say, and that's their target audience. The people complaining about the releases not being the standard 40 to 70 aren't their target audience. They aren't. They just aren't. And if they really want these releases, they're going to have to get off the bitch train, like I said. And also, there's a relevant article which he links to this Anime Nation thing. So, yeah, we're going to talk Aniplex again.
And
so if you don't want to hear about Aniplex again.
To?
Well,
yeah, we're not going to go that balls deep into it.
No, like and me and him did. We went 20 comments in here.
Yeah.
If you want me to read any of mine or his posts,
maybe give the Cliff's Notes version, so that way we're not talking about this for 11 hours.
Well, I don't really know how to summarize it because there's a lot of different things we talked about.
Maybe talk about some bullet points because they can read the thread for themselves.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the first response I left was, "That is no excuse. There's nothing special about their products compared to other localization companies, and even if they were, regardless of whether your burger is from McDonald's or Five Guys, it is absolutely wrong to charge $30 for it. Yes, I am going to keep that metaphor alive. Thank you. Aniplex is downright criminal and have no right to charge what they do. They have no excuses that wouldn't also apply to other localization companies as well, but they seem to manage. If you buy their sets at their ridiculous prices, you're telling them that you're okay with it. I and many others boycott Aniplex because we feel their products are not worth the asking prices. Vote with your wallets." And that's the first comment I left for him there.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna start to summarize. Well, do you have anything to say about that?
I don't have the energy for more Arguplex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we're not gonna restart it again because let's not have this turn into a running argument every damn podcast.
Okay. I'll summarize it then. Basically, he's saying that they know their demographic and they know their audience, and if the market will bear what they're charging, then they're doing a good business strategy. And my argument is basically that none of that matters, and they're just being. We kind of turn into sort of a capitalism debate towards the end here, but my whole thing was that just because you can do something doesn't mean you should, and I never once claimed that Aniplex's business strategy wasn't sound. Clearly it is. They're rolling in money. I'm just saying. I never claimed that they were idiots, or I never claimed that they didn't have good business sense. I claimed that they were assholes, and they are. And my argument was always that there's nothing that Aniplex does that Funimation and Sentai aren't also doing, and they don't need to stoop to these levels.
Well, and also too, they don't do like those premium. Holy shit! Here's these cards and this art book and this soundtrack.
Which is also
I know they're do okay. Okay, allow me to bring up this point.
Okay.
What about Funimation's thing on Kami-sama Kiss?
And Psycho-Pass.
Didn't hear about it. What?
Oh, are they doing a premium? Are they doing something like Aniplex when it comes to Psycho-Pass?
What is it like? They're doing both halves of Psycho-Pass for like $90, was it?
Well, yeah, it should be about $90 for both. But there's also a premium edition. Like standard retail price would be like $160 for it, but on sites like Right Stuff, it's just like about $100.
That's not bad.
No,
for a whole series, or at least a whole season, because it's getting a second.
Well, yeah, it's getting more.
Yeah, but for a whole series for $100 and that kind of premium ship, that's not that bad. Aniplex would break that up into 4 separate parts and make you pay $150 for each one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a little dickish, I'll admit.
Yeah.
But like I said, we're not going to restart this
Well, you
thing.
told me to summarize it, and that's what I'm trying to do. And what
Yeah.
it boils down to is greed. There's no reason that they can't do what Funimation and Sentai do. They simply chose the path that leads to higher profits. Which branch of Aniplex makes these decisions is irrelevant, and that's a point he brought up, was that unlike Funimation and Sentai, Aniplex it's kind of it's the American division of a Japanese company, unlike the others. So but
wasn't okay? Allow me to interrupt you for a sec. Wasn't Bandai Entertainment also a Japanese
Yes,
subsidiary
and
within itself?
that's what caused so much. That's what eventually caused their downfall. The Japanese company told them what to release, whether or not they knew it would sell. There was all sorts of things that even after they went out of print, where there were so many unsold copies of it, things that weren't wanted, everything Gundam related. They had to also release all the toys. They were just being They were just being forced to by their bosses, regardless of whether or not they knew it would sell.
And okay, give me 1 sec, guys.
Well, basically, I was saying that no matter which side of the pond is making these decisions at Aniplex is completely irrelevant. The fact of the matter is they figured they could get away with ripping people off, and they have been. It's just that simple. I'm not claiming that it's not a good business strategy. I'm not claiming that they're not making money from it, because they are. They're just assholes. And if Funimation and Sentai can succeed doing what they're doing at reasonably pricing things, there's no reason that Aniplex can't. Aside from being a part of a Japanese company, their situation isn't any different.
Whatever, I disagree, but I just don't want to talk about Aniplex anymore tonight.
Defend your point.
Well, I mean, you can just give a brief summary. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I just don't want to right now. I'm tired of this.
I didn't really want to bring it up either, but
let's not do it like.
Just saying, I've made my point, and you're saying you disagree with me, and nobody, well, except for Anubis, obviously, clearly, nobody seems to be defending their position here. So, can somebody please defend their position here? Because otherwise, it just feels like I have an empty victory on my hands.
Well, all I'm gonna say is I'm just gonna keep repeating what I'm just saying. Aniplex, they know what they're doing, and they're not like Bandai, where they were like doing all this extra shit that was causing them to kind of slow down a little. So I think on the Japanese side, on the American side, I kind of do think they know what they're doing, but I think the way they release stuff, I will have to kind of agree, kind of 50-50 agree with you that like how they split series into $150 LEs and all that jazz. Well, I will admit that is a little.
You say they know what they're doing, and they do know what they're doing in a business sense. They know how to make money. Clearly, that's not the point. The point is they're being dickheads. That's the point. Everyone, the other companies know how to make money too. They're not bankrupt yet. They're making their money, and they're not being dickheads about it. What makes Aniplex so special?
Well, obviously they have some titles, that people really do want, and they're willing to bet the farm on that. Zach Birchke brought up this point that the reason why people say that this release is going to kill Aniplex USA because they're charging XXXXX price, all that stuff, because apparently there was a subsidiary of Bandai Entertainment USA called Bandai Visual USA, and they did a premium release for Pat Labor 2 and some other releases, and apparently that kind of caused and that's what kind of caused it to flop. But when it comes to stuff like that, then
I feel like there's a disconnect here where you're just not getting what I'm saying. I don't care about their business. I don't care how successful they're being or how much money they're making. They're still.
Well, it's basically your principle.
Well, yes, because socialist advocate here, but that's basically my point. Is that they're just making money at people's expense, ripping people off, and generally just being assholes. And I don't want to support assholes. If I'm going to support anybody, I'm going to support the people who price things fairly and don't break up series into a million pieces, and don't.
That's an outdated practice, I'll admit.
Well, to be fair, back when I got Code Geass, back when the original Bandai DVD releases.
Yeah.
Go on. Give him a chance. Go
No,
on.
no, no. I'm just saying I know what he's talking about.
Back when Code Geass was still being released in separate, like 3 different sets for season 1, and they were like all the limited edition sets. It probably ran me $200 for all of season 1.
Yes, that's how things used to be. It's a very antiquated model.
Yeah, and nowadays, it's basically more efficient now.
Just because there's people that'll put up with it, a bunch of rich white boys, that put up with this doesn't make it right.
Hey now.
I'm not talking about you.
I ain't rich. I ain't rich in the slightest.
You work for your money.
Oh, hell no.
You work for your money. I'm just saying that there are people whose parents pay for everything they do, so of course they can afford Aniplex releases. But just because a few people can put up with it doesn't make it right. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. And this is going to turn into some huge anti-capitalism argument, which I'm not afraid to make, but we should probably move on.
Yes, let's.
Yeah.
I am strongly in favor of moving on.
Yeah, because I know Keikaku Cat is probably starting to get an anime-styled red face going like, shut the fuck up about goddamn Aniplex!
Got a little bit of eye twitching going on.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's talk about the other comment he left.
Okay, all right. And maybe this is one that we could probably all talk about without Keikaku Cat subtly blowing a vein.
Silently, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And he comments on segment 3, basically saying, the fact that the kind of content that sparked the recent controversy, I assume this is about the recent preview guide, as something that we've come to expect from the preview guide is bad. And yes, they are reviews. Reviews of a first episode, but reviews nonetheless. And there should be a level of professionalism involved in that. Discussion should be encouraged rather than shot down, and criticism should be taken on rather than deflected.
I don't really know what he's... I agree with the point he says, but I don't really know what exactly he's commenting on. It feels like he's just kind of stating his opinion.
I'm pretty sure he was talking about what I said about ANN, how... I just think that people shouldn't get so mad about things to just try and cut all ties where people go, oh, I'm blocking you on Twitter. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah, I don't want to say let's start a fucking drama war over like, oh man, whose opinions are better. It's going to turn to probably a dick-waving contest at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't Aniplex, so you can,
Nope. I don't know. Does anyone else have anything? I feel like I made my point pretty clear before, which is just...
This is one where I can say I'm biased just because I'm friends with the people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, J.O. follows you, but...
Keikaku Cat's opinions are no longer valid on this subject.
Well, I'd like to be friends with more of them.
Well, same. I wouldn't mind talking to, people like Zach Birchke and all that stuff, even though I don't agree with him. But, we're not going to sit here and be like, oh, man, Zach Birchke sucks.
Heck, I've been trying to tune into his live streams more just because I hear it's hilarious when they rip into awful movies and be like, oh, I want to see that.
So kind of like MST3K. Okay, I'm being mean.
Yeah. Basically, I just feel like there's a level of professionalism that they should have when it comes to the preview guides, and I feel like a lot of them don't.
So basically, you don't feel like it should be all like, oh man, hey, look, a bunch of jokes, waka waka waka, funny humor.
Well, no, you can be funny. I'm just saying, like, don't be so sarcastic and just don't be Hope Chapman. Don't act like you don't give a shit, because that's what I feel like when I read her previews, is that she just doesn't give a shit. Like, she's just not taking any of these things seriously.
Well, if it's a show she really doesn't like,
well, what can you do? I mean, honestly, what can you do?
It's I suppose, but the thing is that she's masquerading.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I mean, we're not saying like, that, oh, the reason why we dislike the preview guys, like, oh, they ripped into a show I like and they don't like. Wah.
No,
it isn't anything like that. Anyone who thinks that they're missing.
You insult my glorious show.
I just feel like there are some times where there are some of them that just insult things and act like they don't give a shit and trash talk a show that they really don't have any good points about. You know,
Yeah.
they fall back on the old anti-moe or arguments or something, or some sort of standards of humor or something, or not liking otaku humor or something. They'll fall back on those old arguments, but they're never any legit points of their own.
And to be fair, when it comes to that kind of like otaku humor, it's only going to be for the people that are in tune to this otaku stuff, like us.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the people who listen to this podcast. But yeah, some things aren't going to be for everybody. But
I've come to realize that you should probably. I tweeted about this earlier. You should probably never recommend anything comedic ever.
Yeah, because anime, I'll admit, sometimes anime comedy can be hit or miss for some people.
Oh, well, yeah, especially when a lot of stuff is recycled. And I mean, I'll admit, when you've seen one comedy and then you see others, it's just like, you got to space them out and watch something more serious in between, or else you're not going to like any of it.
Well, it just seems to be like everyone just has these differing levels of comedy, and I don't know. I never really get it because I'm just someone who's just very easily amused, I guess. And that's not.
That's probably me too.
Yeah, I'm just easily amused.
Hell, so I feel like when it comes to anime and giving stuff a pass all the time, because wow, I sure like a lot of stuff, even stuff that people really hate. But I've noticed that.
Well, hey, it's okay to have an opinion.
I am much more lenient on English dubs than pretty much anyone else. I'll watch any dub and be like, good enough.
I know some people. Since I gotta ask this, since earlier you discussed K-On!, I gotta ask, what did you think about the dub? Because I haven't really heard too many kind of things about it.
As of this recording, I'm only 8 episodes into K-On!. The acting, I definitely don't mind or anything. It's just the squeaky girl voice and stuff, except for Christina V as Mio. She does the deeper Christina V voice. But only thing I've noticed would be things about the script. They translate literally everything, so there's no Japanese in anything, so you won't hear moe moe kyun. You'll hear like the power of cuteness compels you or something.
Yeah, the one thing I always hated was that they changed yen into dollars and kept.
That's what I was about to mention when it came to Yumi buying a guitar.
Yeah, that's probably.
Here's the thing though. They turned the yen into dollars, but they kept all the name suffixes. It's kind of inconsistent.
That did seem strange to me. Something tells me when I finish watching season 1 and go into the Sentai dub of season 2 that was still Bang Zoom, they might eventually have stopped doing that later on.
No, they don't.
Oh, well, because I'm pretty sure it's a Tony Oliver dub. Not that I would knock his stuff. He's the one who did the dub of Fate Zero, and that was excellent.
Yeah, no,
I just feel like he continued to improve. He also did the dub of Gurren Lagann.
Oh, nice. Okay, I gotta ask this. So in air words, just for clarification,
I just have some.
Do they say like Ritu-san,
Richan? It's Richan.
Yeah, I have heard that when they say nicknames, not when they say full names. They only leave an honorifics for nicknames. So I only have problems with scripting, not in the acting or anything.
Okay, all right. As you were saying about whoever.
What?
You were saying something, and then like Tony Oliver.
Tony Oliver. He's. I like his stuff when it comes to him as a Bang Zoom director. I like him, and of course Alexander Von David. I don't keep track of all that many dub directors when it comes to Bang Zoom.
Yeah, that's understandable. I'm not really too in tune with like most ADR directors. The only people I know are kind of more the infamous ones, i.e. Foster.
Oh, Foster.
But I do know some good ones, like Mike McFarland and whoever.
Maybe we should do a segment on Foster at some point. I feel like that's something we could talk about.
That may be kind of a tired subject.
Well, it might be a bit of a dated subject because, in my opinion, he had a rough start, but I think he's gotten a lot better over time.
Especially since I live in Houston, it'd be like, I've probably run into him and don't even know it.
Yeah, probably.
Like, hey man, what's up? Because you need to realize things you say on the internet aren't nearly the same as what you would say. I would just be like, I'm not going to be like...
Well, considering the threat that he could probably punch you in the damn face.
Oh, no. I hear he's actually a really nice guy. I just don't want to be like, don't pretend that you're going to be like, you ruined kids on the slope. No, you're going to be like...
Oh, I wouldn't say that shit to anybody anyway.
No, if I ever ran into him, I'd just be like, oh, hey, cool, you do anime dubs. I love anime. Oh, I'd be like, oh, what are you working on something right now? I'd just be like, I'd act like a super polite fan.
Yeah.
I would all of
Well-
a sudden forget about any of my real opinions on anything.
You know what kind of sucks? I would really like to see him on Ancast, but apparently
No, they've requested multiple times, but he's not doing it.
They did an interview with him once. I remember that.
They did?
Yeah, they did. It was a. They did an interview. There's no audio, but there was a transcribed text interview.
Well, I've only been going to ANN for about 2 years, so there's plenty I've missed out on.
Oh, I've been going for
It
7.
was a while ago.
All I know is that I've been going there for quite a while, so I'm practically a lifer at this point. But yeah,
Do you have your membership card?
Bitch, I might do.
Mm-hmm.
I might.
Yeah. Who knows? You go check your bracelet at the door.
Yeah, check my bracelet, check my privilege, do all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anything else before we end the show?
Nope, not really. This episode's sponsored by sexandglass.com. Visit sexandglass.com for more details.
Yeah, okay.
I just messed it up. It's glass and sex. Sorry.
Yeah.
I neither endorse nor condone anything you may find therein.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. NSFW! Just saying, NSFW!
Yeah. I mean, there's no like porno pictures or anything, but yeah, it's probably the subject matter is probably not safe for work. Your boss is gonna like raise an eyebrow, like,
What the fuck are you?
I think I know who's not getting a promotion.
Promotion? What for?
I don't know. Unless you work on Google Glass, in which case they're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Why is my Google Glass so sticky?
Oh.
That's
Okay.
That's my thing. It's like, if you wear it during sex, wouldn't it get all steamed up? Like, it's glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're kind of echoing
Well,
again.
when they come out with the upgraded model, it'll have windshield wipers.
Am I better? Is the echo gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
Well, just in time for the end of the show.
Okay, all right. This podcast is sponsored by Future Gadget Laboratories.
All right, that's going to do it for this week. We'll see you next week. Later. Podcast Zero is a three-way production between Zeke Freak, Keikaku Cat, and Cube III. You can read Zeke Freak's story A Million to One on Fiction Press. The link is in the description. And lastly, if you have questions, comments, suggestions, or something you'd like to see read out on the show, you can send them to podcastzero@gmail.com. That's podcastzero@gmail.com. And thank you for listening to our podcast, a Messy Room Studios production.